Yeah, so this is the quickest mod I've ever done in my life. Anyway, hey everybody, what's up? This is Richard Reviews, doing the old meme monk here because I pretty much had like, what, 3 shorts and a full review of alone of just figure forms leading up to Deadpool Wolverine, and I thought a little bit of a break so that we're back into basically the rotation of retro news. So before I get to most of what I got lined up here on the tabs, I'm going to start for what I said in the community section. The new trailer for Terminator Zero dropped yesterday as of this recording, and I got a better context of what's going on to what's going to be for the actual anime itself. Apparently, I think the Resistance Fire, who's going to be helping Malcolm in the old 97 for another old timeline version of... I'm sorry for the lighting here. It just makes me look a little weird and... Yeah. Okay, so natural lighting it is. Sorry for that. Yeah, so for the timeline to be a little bit alt future, kind of like I think Genesis was and stuff like that. The Resistance Fire, who's voicing acting that, is I think a character actor for a lot of A24 films under Alex Garland. I think recently now with Civil War, Annihilation, and I think Ex Machina, to name a few. Cast IMDb down below. No other cast IMDb's down below as well, because I'm also very much aware, speaking of Netflix news, that Squid Game finally got a teaser for their next and final seasons. Yes, they are doing back-to-back seasons, and they are definitely going to be ending in 2025. Long overdue. I think the hype died down, and some good, some bad. I'm very much aware of the Mr. Beast video. And since I'm talking about Jimmy over here, I'm very much aware of his controversies and what's currently going on, so I'll leave it at that at the very least. I'm pretty sure just taking a break, I think nowadays, speaking of YouTube personalities, Charlie has Voice Critical has a cooler idea of the situation as far as discussing about it, so guard there in case of anything. So in case I get other guys on me regarding recommending Charlie's content, let's get back to what I normally do here for the channel, nerd shit. And by nerd shit, I mean San Diego Comic-Con. So the biggest news that came out of the con, like I said, was on the MCU side of things, was of course my overall thoughts with RDJ coming back as Doom. So, Card 2, when it was first announced late last weekend, and now a couple of days removed, it's still a risky move. It's still iffy. I'm on wait and see like everybody else. The Doombot theory probably might have got thrown out. My pitch of 3am thought of Michael C. Hall being the real Doom all along for like Secret Wars, probably not gonna happen. Could be anybody from Oppenheimer that everyone was also thinking, like maybe Cillian Murphy or Josh Hartnett, which I'm not gonna go and see that new M. Night Shyamalan movie, Trap. Decent thriller, but much like everybody who normally tries to recommend M. Night Shyamalan movies, you get burned by that twist real quick. So yeah, I have a whole history with that, not making that. Retro reviews here for the channel. So getting back to stuff I actually review here for the channel, we'll do toy announcements as well. Not really much on the Marvel Legends side of things, other than I'm very much aware they're doing a lot of cool stuff, like a multi-pack for, I think, X-Men Arcade Sentinels. I think they're going to be at actual, like, 6-inch height. I forgot if there was a classic Terminators, or it's not Terminators. Oh yeah, my final thoughts also of the Terminator trailer, since I'm here, before we go back into the Sentinel stuff. It looks good. It gives me more context of what's going on. There might be Easter eggs of previous movies and stuff like that, like I said in the original trailer breakdown for that, so card that video. And yeah, I can't wait to see it next month, well, later this month, as of this recording. So, back on the Marvel Legends side of things, I know they're doing repaints of, I think, a Punisher. I think there is a big Giant Man that's going to be, I think, a HasLab exclusive, so they saw a lot of what that version of that character would do. I don't know if it's Scott or Hank, so I'll figure that out probably in the description down below. So other than that, comic stuff, so yeah, other than the rest of the world being weirded out that RJ is back as Doom, long story short, the comics community got hit by the back foot for what's gonna probably be the best, I guess, event closer for the year, comics-wise, because not only Doom is gonna be probably the closer for events comics for this year, Marvel-wise, he's also the Sorcerer Supreme, and I know that because the 8 Deaths of Spider-Man arc that's going to be happening, I guess, in the lead up for Joe Kelly to take over after Zeb Wells next year, is basically going to be essentially a big hook for Spider-Man for the last couple of years. If you've seen the Zeb Wells one and now this, is him basically cosplaying everybody's his previous villains' gear over the years. In the Amazing Spider-Man side of things, they just wrapped up with more or less a Goblin arc of basically him taking over Peter's mind, a la Superior Spider-Man. Might be the same case here with the Dr. Doom stuff, with Sorcerer Supreme stuff. Now, the real reason why I'm going to hold back is because, one, I want to give Joe Kelly a chance, like I've done with most comic runs after Dan Slott's like, okay, I was a little too hard for that guy, let me give the other guys a chance. And sometimes there are good issues in what will probably be weird runs, essentially. So, no DC announcements to talk about, mainly because it was just over-confirming, I think, stuff that's going to be happening for Joker, for Folio Duel. I think the new Batman series that just dropped as of this recording, which I will be doing a full Real Nerf Red Hood review with, if anything, the first couple episodes, like I did with The Boys earlier this year. Also, speaking of TV, I have to catch up on. No full review of the final season of Cobra Kai. That's probably going to be next year, because myself and my mother just realized it's going to be 5-episode chunks, 15 total, probably the longest of the seasons, with good reason, because they want to wrap everything up for that new movie also later next year. So yeah, other than that, aside from DC stuff, there is some new comic stuff of, like, a very younger Bruce, with, like if he started out in his 20s kind of thing, I guess to be a parallel to what's going on with Cape Crusader for Amazon Prime. Again, I'll have to get more info on that here on the channel. So, mainly to close out, for the very patient Critical Role critters out there, I do want to do my quick thoughts on Downfall, and mostly what's going to be happening for Vox Machina Season 3, and the anime they just showed off for Mighty 9. For old school critters, this will be me saying, I started watching Critical Role during Campaign 3. I've had the situation when I was watching Tokusatsu when I think Gokaiger was new at the time. A lot of teams, a lot of references that I had to, like, Wikipedia and look up later down the road and watch their shows later down the road. And it is also the same case here for Campaign 3. Long story short, I started going into being a fan during Anniversary Season when it comes to most things for most fandoms, so my apologies there to fans. Also, apologies if I do that also for Star Trek whenever they hit 70 in the next couple of years. Aside, that's tend to be my bag when it comes to coming into franchises this late. In this particular case, Critical Roles. So, for the preview clip you guys probably saw, and I think the Q&A, card to their Q&A, by the way, showed off, is pretty much what everyone saw online, just a normal chase scene. I don't know what exact session, Campaign 1-wise it was right off of. Got a good showing of Gilmore. I know he was a fan favorite for NPCs that Matt has voiced throughout Campaign 1, so it's nice to see, like, the full array of his sorcery, if anything else. On the Mighty 9 side of things, I am very familiar of Laura Bailey's game of Jester, and I'm very also familiar of Travis Willingham's Ford. And getting to the point, for an animatic alone, you could definitely see that they were having fun coming back into these roles after so many years that their campaigns proper. So, same thing also with Season 3 for Vox Machina, probably later in this October. So, with that all being said, that's really it for the news. Before I leave, I want to get my quick thoughts on Downfall. How goddamn dare you, Brendan Lee Mulligan, making Bolo the Silver Dragon, the whole all along thing. Yeah, go to their 4-sided dive discussing about that. And last plugs aside, what did you think of me covering pretty much a rapid fire round of most of the San Diego Comic-Con news? Sorry that this took longer than usual to talk about a scattershot of what I'm probably going to be upcoming content later next year. Aside, so with that all being said, end card's finally coming up to my new I guess semi-mod here for the Nerf Alpha Strike Claw. This is like the last dollar store blasters that are going to be out before it's going to be nothing but end series, at least here in my neck of the woods. So quick shot and mod. Yeah, it's surprisingly easier than it looks. Look up the guys yourself. If I could do it, you could do it too. I'll leave it down below. For my previous video here, which is of course my long overdue Deadpool Wolverine review, and other shout over there to my Critical Role shorts, mainly because there is going to be Campaign 3 proper as of this recording. I'm filming this on Thursday for critters out there. And with that all being said, shirt and gear, I guess standard issue gear here, to sub the channel, hit the notification bell down below in case there's any San Diego Comic-Con news that I missed that I probably talk about in the shorts. With that all being said, I am Richard Coverage Reviews saying, yeah, San Diego Comic-Con did a decent amount of news. Will it be news to end up being content here on the channel? Who knows, like any other year.